Okay. All right, we are live. It is recording. So, mean absolute deviation measures variation. A large MAD means that we have a large variation. The MAD can also be used to determine overlap. Kind of like a box plot. When we look at box plots, if our box plots overlap at all, then we know that our data overlaps a little bit. The MAD is another measure of overlap. And here's what it is. Here's the definition. Mean absolute deviation is the mean of the differences of the values of the data set from the mean. So we're finding the mean, or we're taking the average of the differences. We're going to figure out when we have a data set, we're going to find the mean of that data set. That's the first thing that we do. We just find what the mean is. Then we have to find the differences from the mean. So what we're going to do is take our whole list of data and find out how far away from the mean, you need to be taking notes, how far away from the mean is each one of these numbers. So we're going to have to subtract every single number from the mean to find out, and we're going to have a new list. It will be a list of differences. And then we find the mean of our new list, and that's it. That's the mean absolute deviation. I'm going to give you a little chart to keep track of all this, so it's going to be easier than it sounds from this list. But this is a page you might want to refer back to after I've shown you how to do it, to remind yourself how to do it. All right, so here's our example. And this gives you a little chart. Find the MAD, and we have a very short list of data here. We only have 5 data values. To use this chart, the first thing I'm going to do is just write down all of my data. And I didn't actually make this chart. I think I want to revise it and make it a little different than this, but this will do for now. So that's just, you're just listing the data. Now we need to find the mean of this data. So if we find the mean, can anyone do that real quick? Anybody have a calculator for like 5 numbers? I know what it is, but I don't want to just tell you. If you have a calculator, quickly find the mean of this data. Kayla? 20. So when we add all those numbers, divide by 5, we find that the mean is 20. I'm just going to write 20 and then draw an arrow because the mean is the same. It's the mean for the whole set of numbers. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to take the difference between each number and the mean. So we're going to do 16 minus 20. Then we're going to do 18 minus 20. Yes?
If we know it, we have to write that down.
You have to write all this down, yes. 21 minus 20, 21 minus 20, and then we're going to do 24 minus 20. This is where we're going to write the answer, and we're going to write it as a positive value. So when we do 16 minus 20 on the calculator, or in our heads, we get -4, but we're just finding difference. Difference is always going to be a positive value, so we're just going to write positive 4. Yes?
Why wouldn't we just do 20 minus?
You could write it that way. It doesn't matter because you are going to always have a positive answer. Okay, 18 minus 20 is -2. We're just going to put +2. 21 minus 20 is 1. It's the same. 24 minus 20 is 4. So that's our new list. That's the list of the differences. Now what we do is we find the mean of these numbers. And the way this table is set up, you first write what you get when you add the numbers together, then you write how many they are, and then you write the mean. This is the part we don't really need because you know how to find the mean. So if I add them all up, I have 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7, plus 1 is 8, plus 4 is 12. So the sum is 12. The count is just how many numbers are up here. There are 5. Now I do 12 divided by 5. To get the MAD. When I do, I get 2.4. So that's not a huge mean absolute deviation. It's telling us there's not a huge amount of variability in that data, which we can tell just by looking at the range, too. We can get an idea for the variability. These numbers, if you do 24 minus 16, what do you get? 8. So they range by about 8. Actually, by exactly 8, not by about 8. Okay, any questions about that? Okay, I want you guys to try the next one. And I'll come around and assist as necessary.